Welcome to Campfire Wisdom. Grab a seat around the fire and tell us your story.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Campfire Wisdom. Today we're going to take a tour of recreation.gov. So that is the government website where you can reserve campsites. We're going to talk a little bit about some tips and tricks as far as navigating the site. And I'm also going to share with you some of my favorite campsites. So let's go. I wanted to talk a little bit about recreation.gov, right? This obviously is the website you would use to find a campsite and to book a campsite. And there are so many cool things about this website. Basically tips and tricks on where to go, how to find cool sites. Once you get to a certain point, you'll end up having favorites, and we're going to talk a little bit about these. I'll point out some of these gems over here in particular. These are landmarks for us, right? This is an important part of our in many ways, I think, our national identity, right? It's like the land, right? It's our nation. It's some of the beautiful parts of California, other states I've been to, and they are definitely under attack. So let's talk a little bit about what the Department of Government Efficiency is doing. So first off, I am not opposed to somebody doing an audit on a company, in this case, a country, and looking at, all right, is this a smart way to spend our money, right? But there are ways to go about doing that are responsible, that don't come from a billionaire guy who's just completely out of touch, right? What do they say? Just do it and ask for forgiveness later. I feel like that's kind of what Musk is doing right now. He's just trying to whack at things and see what he can get away with and go from there. But unfortunately, that's going to affect us here in California. So like it says here, this is an article talking about thousands of California national forest campsites may close this summer amid federal budget freeze. Good news is there are some people who are fighting back. The labor board, this is in Minnesota, the labor board temporarily reinstates laid off Forest Service workers' employment. So that's obviously a win for those 360 workers there in Montana. But there are a lot of people who have been affected by this, and this was astonishing to me. So right here, nationwide, the workforce reduction is estimated to result in approximately 10% of Forest Service employees losing their jobs. They're calling it, like it says here, the Valentine's Day Massacre. Obviously, Valentine's Day this year, a lot of people lost their jobs. There were obviously mass termination emails that went out. So it says here, there are thousands of other probationary employees working with the USDA and other agencies. Between 5,700 and 6,000 employees received these emails. But it's so frustrating because, like I said, this is our nation's legacy. This is like something that John Muir and a lot of his constituents at the time fought for. Teddy Roosevelt was a huge fan of. The fact that it's concerning because it's important to me. So thought I would share it with you as well. On another note, I wanted to point out my niece has been really kicking ass as far as like raising money for the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. And again, as a reminder, so there's March 29th in Tucson, Arizona. I'm going to be attending the Tucson Take Steps, trying to raise money for her team. And as you can tell, Ava's been doing a great job. She's raised like $3,500. And her uncle is not doing very well. I'd like to remind you that we are having a giveaway on the channel. And again, I'm not doing too hot here, but every $5 you donate will get you an entry into the contest. And right now, as you can tell, if you do enter, you stand a pretty good chance of winning right now. We've still got about 3 weeks left. Prizes are a Maglite Mini LED Pro flashlight, a Yeti Rambler 36 ounce, and that has the chug cap on it, and the new Firefly yellow, pretty cool. And then a pair of the Rocky Mountain Goods firewood tongs, which are absolute camp essentials. You have to have those tongs especially with kids around. So enter the contest, support the cause, and you will be entered to win some cool prizes and get you outdoors. Let's go back to recreation.gov real quick. I just want to do a couple highlighting points here. Right now, I do want to invite anybody who would like to join us. So this is Father's Day weekend. This is going to be at Table Mountain, which is in the Angeles National Forest. Really great site. It's about 45 minutes from Rancho Cucamonga. Super accessible. If for some reason would be your inaugural camping trip and like you wanted to test it out or try it, if you got there and were uncomfortable, you could drive home super easily. My site here is 68. There's a lot of sites on this particular campground. Actually, if we go to Table Mountain here, we can go to campsite. Let's look at all this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Availability during that time. So let's go to that June window of time, June 13th. Right here, this Friday, Saturday. You can see there are quite a bit available still. So if that interests you, I would love to have you join us. I do recommend you getting your own site. Here's mine, 68, reserved those 2 days. You can get the site right next to us, closer the better. And then we can kind of just hang out. That'd be pretty cool. The more the merrier. And for those of you who know me, I absolutely mean that. And you know that. So the more the merrier. Love to see it. Oh, and really cool about Table Mountain is right outside of the campsite is the Mountain High lodge. So if you wanted to get food there, have a drink, or just if you forgot something, you could pick some stuff up there. Let's actually walk through an exact example of booking at that site. So 68 was one I scoped out last time. So one thing I would strongly suggest is when you book a site and you go there, after you are done for the day or while you're at the campsite, maybe taking a walk, look around and see other sites that you like, right? Oh, I kind of wish I could get that one. Ooh, that one looks cool. I always kind of make notes on my phone about which site. I'm like, oh, next time I want to get that one. So with that in mind, that is why I picked 68. So spoiler here, 69 is also a good one. So if anyone wants it, that is still available. Strongly recommend that. But let's talk about how to book it. So once you find a site you have and you like, I definitely recommend favoriting it, because then you've been to that site before, you know it, you love it, you've got experience there. To me, that reminds me, ooh, I like that site. It's going to tell you right here, pets are allowed, 10 access, you can have an RV and kind of the size of RV you could use there. So there's a couple things. You can look at the map itself. You can do site availability. There's some details here about check-in times, number of people, you can use it for overnight, allowable equipment, tent, RV, trailer, allowable vehicles. This is the kind you could have. Each site will allow you to have 2 vehicles, and technically a max of 8 people. I've never had anyone come around and count heads, but I have had them count cars, so keep that in mind. This does talk about amenities at the site, right? I know a lot of people are very concerned about bathrooms, so there are pit toilets, right? So pit's going to have a big hole. You take a dump, goes down in the hole. So that's generally what you're going to find. Yeah, that's something you got to get used to, and I think it's a small price to pay for the gift of Mother Nature, right? And obviously you got reviews here, people say they love the site. Very nice to stay and spend time with friends. Live music in the bar after a nice hike. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. At the lodge there, they do have live music from time to time. So you could do that and then go crash at your campsite afterwards. So pretty cool. Let's talk about another one. Where's Pawasha? So my 40th birthday, we stayed at this campsite. This is just south of Sequoia National Park. And it is awesome. There is a stream nearby. You can actually string a hammock from one side of the stream. There's so many trees down there, and you can just kind of run your hands in the water while you're dangling in your hammock. It is amazing. Applewhite is another good site. that is in Lytle Creek. It's probably about 30 minutes from here. You're kind of tucked away, like just outside of the city, outside Lytle Creek, but you get enough of the forest and whatnot around you. It's a great starter site. So if you want a good like practice place to see if camping is good for you, Applewhite is really good. If we zoom out here, look how close it is to the 15. So you exit the 15 like you're going to Lytle Creek, and this is the city in there, and then the site is just past the city. So super nice site. Strongly recommend that. You can't really go wrong as far as sites there. Yosemite is obviously great, but man, it is so hard to book in Yosemite right now. So it's saying the next window of time, so this block of time is going to be released on March 15th. So that's how you can kind of take a win. You know, if you wanted to come back and say, oh man, I really want to book that, you know, July 18th weekend, right? You're going to have to come back March 15th. And man, let me tell you, you're going to have to get started early. You're going to have to be on the site ready for when it hits 7 a.m. Pick your dates, book it. So once you pick your dates and you get them, you're going to get a 15-minute timer, right? That's going to let you check those out. But keep in mind, there's high demand. So if that's something you want to do, I strongly recommend. This site is sick. Look at these pictures. You camp right by the boulders. They offer some cool, just like there's some rocks right over here, right by the fire pit. So really, really cool, and just plenty of room to hang a hammock and hang out, and just really cool little natural obstacles around there. So pretty cool. McGill is another great one. This one's a little further away. So this is, this is outside of LA. And oops, if we go down here, Fraser Park. Okay, so you basically take this road, Fraser Mountain Road, and again, you're off the 5, so you're gonna have to go. This is great if you're in LA, you want to go north on the 5, and it's probably about maybe an hour and a half there. But right over here, Fraser Mountain. You actually go through the San Andreas Fault. I think it goes right through this valley here. So you can actually see the fault line when you're driving on it. It's really, really pretty cool. On Mount Pinos here, there's another campsite here. And if you get to the top of the mountain, there's another campsite here. I think this is Chula Vista. Let's confirm that. But here's the thing. At the top of the mountain, a lot of people come up here with amateur people who are observing this night sky. Like they have their telescopes. Some of them are pretty cool. They let you view it. You know, they love to just share their passion for astronomy. And if you lay out in this meadow out in this particular area and just look at the sky, you can see all the stars. There's like hardly any light pollution. It's fantastic. So let's go. I'm pretty sure McGill, I think it's Chula Vista. It is Chula Vista. See, fucking A. I knew it was right. You have to walk in, but it is awesome. Actually, the first time I was there, probably about the second time I was there, but there was like a group of Boy Scouts there who were meeting back after they'd been going there for 30 years as Boy Scouts, and now they're adult. They were like in their late 50s, 60s. It was really cool to see. But something cool about Chula Vista is that's where I proposed to my wife. Like we were camping at McGill, her and I, and then we took a little walk around this area. And actually, that's the time we saw those old timers that were camping there. And that's where I proposed to my wife. And it's pretty cool. Very near. I knew I wasn't wrong with that, but why can't I book it here? That's maybe there might be rules about first come, first serve. None. Yeah, there you go. First come, first serve. Wow. That is cool. Fucking love that. Very, very nomadic. Probably my absolute favorite is this one. Ironwood is fantastic. It's a group site. It does have a pit bathroom. This is it right there. You walk in, close the door, so you can actually see the sky at night while you're taking a shit. It's kind of interesting. Big, huge area where you can like have a bunch of people. I think it is a little bit more expensive, right? So it's 127, but you can house, oh, sorry, here, up to 25 people, 6 vehicles. So this is perfect for a group site. So I am going to be trying to put together a summer camping trip here. So stay tuned for that. But this is a great, great site. I'm hoping that we get a lot of people coming out for the Father's Day trip, and we can kind of leapfrog into something here. So Ironwood, solid site. Those are some of the sites that I would strongly recommend you check out. And hopefully it gives you a little bit of a primer into like how to book it, where to look, maybe some tips and tricks if you don't have, like you can't find the dates that you want. And again, there are so many more people camping right now than ever before. So make sure if you do want a site, and I mean, if you really want it and you have a particular date and that's all you got, put that date in your phone, wake up at that time and book the site when you need to, okay? All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Again, that was just kind of a little bit of an insight into how I navigate recreation.gov. If you have any of your own insights, because I'll be honest, it is hard sometimes to get campsites, right? You got to be Johnny on the spot as far as being on the computer at the exact time, pick the right site and pick the right dates, because if you're not there first, you kind of don't get the site you want. So it's been hit or miss, and sometimes that can be frustrating, but the good news is there are a lot of people who are trying to take advantage of camping, and a lot more people have been camping since COVID came and went. So don't give up, keep trying. Maybe sometimes finding some really unique sites off the grid, off the beaten path are kind of cool. And if you have any feedback or insights for myself, I would love to hear them in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining me. Until next time, I hope you get a chance to get outside and wake up in the stars.
Oh, it's only
Campfire Wisdom is brought to you from the hills of Rancho Cucamonga. We'd like to thank the men and women that protect our national parks and forests. You make this journey possible. Theme music by Sean Cromwell.